Hello and welcome to my very first YouTube video. This is my DVD collection, so let's go ahead and get started. So first we have here the Superman the Complete Animated Series. Then we have a very Brady Bunch of movies, which is all four Brady Bunch movies in one collection. And we have Lost Boys Special Edition, Dynasty the Complete First and Second Seasons. We have the original issue of Fame the Complete First Season. We have Facts of Life, the complete first and second seasons. Then again, we have Dynasty, the final season. Then we get to one of my prized possessions, the Space 1999. It's actually the complete series, seasons 1 and 2. This is the second edition where they use the slim disc as opposed to the thicker case. So it's a real find. I got it for season 2, which has the character of Maya, who's a shape shifter. She basically makes the series. Then we have Master Complete series, or rather the first season that was issued by Shout Factory. Then moving on, we have another favorite of mine, which is Justice League, the complete series, which has Justice League, the original series, and Justice League Unlimited, which is the second season, and one nifty 10. Then another favorite of mine is Gem, the complete series. I don't know why. I guess people are so used to calling it Gem and the Holograms, but it's actually was just originally called Gem. Then we have also my Fast and Furious movie collection, which is actually the first 6 movies of the series in one collection. I notice every year when they make a new one, they issue some kind of complete collection, and it changes. So I guess they have part 7, which I haven't purchased. I think I'm going to stop at 6. Then we have Hunter, the complete series, which I think it has like 27, or I don't know how many discs in there, but I rarely open it because the case is a disaster. Then we get to another one of my favorites, which is actually the show Riptide from the 80s, which most of my DVDs are about shows from the 80s, the cartoons and the movies. So this is the complete series, all 3 seasons. And this is actually from Canada. The series was originally put out, I think they stopped this season 1 in America, and then Canada released the whole series, which was great. Then another guilty favorite, which is actually The Greatest American Hero. Again, this is the complete series. It actually would have been nice if they had put this in a thinner case, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers. So I'm happy to have all 9 discs, even if it's in this big, huge container. Then we have get to my double feature set, which is Fame and Flashdance. Now, what I did was this: I actually had each movie individually and special edition. So the Fame actually included the soundtrack, and then my Flashdance special edition contained a sampler, which only had 5 or 6 songs from the soundtrack, which was a complete waste. They should have just giving you the complete soundtrack. So what I did was I remedied that. So on my set, I actually changed out the case. So this is my own personal customized collection. So it has Fame the movie, Fame the soundtrack, Flashdance the soundtrack, and Flashdance the movie. So that works out. Then another double set that I actually customize is my Fantastic Four set, which again, I originally had both individual movies, special editions. So I just found the artwork. I actually purchased this for the artwork and customized it. So as you notice that this is actually Fantastic Four, the first movie, and it has a 3-disc edition, which bonus disc, which I've located elsewhere. Then Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, and there was a special edition at Circus City when they were still in business, and it was a 3-disc set. So this is actually 6 discs inside of this collection, which I love. It's a hobby customizing these collections. Then we have my double feature Pee Wee's Big Adventure, Big Top Pee Wee, love Pee Wee. And then this is actually a gift of mine, a gift to me actually, a pure 80s DVD, and it has like looks like 15 different videos on here. A lot of favorites of mine, Joe Jackson, The Fix, Bananarama, Aha, and a few other people on here. Then we have Transformers, the 25th or 20th anniversary special edition, classic. Then we have Donna Summer Live and More Encore, 16 Candles, which I'm sure everyone's seen. I apologize for my case. I hope no one is getting seasick from the moving. Okay, so slowly but surely moving my way down, we're getting to my superhero collection, which is the original Superman series with George Reeves. Well, this one shows the price on it. You got a good deal, obviously, if you caught that. I have the complete series. That's seasons 1 through 6, which I love. Then I have season 1 of Superboy, and I only have season 1 because this is the only season that I really like. I think the actor in this first season epitomizes Superboy, and then the later seasons they got a different actor who's too like bulky. Like this guy looks like he can be Clark and Superman versus the second guy who looks like he can only be Superboy. So that's my take on it. Then I have the New Adventures of Superman, volumes 2 and 3, which is actually something I customized as well. I had the first season, but it came in a paper case, and I really don't like paper cases or overlay cases. So what I did was I customized this set just like the other ones I showed you. So it actually has the first season, which I included in this set, and then it has the season 2 and season 3, which the artwork states. So just another thing that I really like to do. And then we have the great series Legion of Superheroes, all 3 volumes, which is actually the first season. I wish they would really put out the second season. I really love how they had the clone of Superboy. It was a really cool character. So, fingers crossed that they'll eventually put that out. Then we have the original Flash series with John Wesley Shipp. It's a cool series. He's actually appeared in the new Flash series, as most of you know, as Barry Allen's father. And then getting down to the rest of my set, we have Wonder Woman. Now, at first, I was on the fence about getting this movie. I had seen it a couple of times as a kid, and I really wasn't impressed. But, slowly but surely, this movie has grown on me, obviously, because I purchased it. I think it's a cool movie, and it's actually the only Wonder Woman movie that I have. I love the Linda Carter version. To me, she's the real Wonder Woman. However, the show, when I look at it now with Linda Carter, is like too campy, and it's not something that I think I would really want in my collection. Whereas this one, it was a movie, and I don't know, it just kind of moved faster, and it's more watchable to me than the other one. And plus, I see her with all these alternate DC universes. To me, she seems like an alternate universe Wonder Woman, with the blonde hair, and not really being true to the Linda Carter version. And then we have my Batman the Brave and the Bold, all 5 volumes. So that makes up the complete series. I'm surprised that DC hasn't put out like a box set, but at any rate, it takes up a little space. But I mean, at least I have the whole series. Then we have Beware the Batman, season 1, part 1, and season 1, part 2, which makes up the complete series. And then another set, which I actually customized, will be my Super Friends. Now, I love Super Friends, grew up watching it on TV. However, some of the episodes, like the Wendy and Marvin years and the Wonder Twin years, that's not something I really care to have in my collection. Again, it's a little campy, and I'm just can't get into it and can't relate to it anymore. Anyway, so what I did love from the older series was the Challenge of the Super Friends, which I had, but it came in like a paper or overlay case, which I really don't like. And then I purchased this World's Greatest Super Friends, which is actually a one-off set. It's actually season 4, a one disc edition. So what I did was, again, I removed the disc from Challenge of the Super Friends and I matched it up with this disc. So now Challenge of the Super Friends are actually in this case along with World's Greatest Super Friends. So it's actually a 3 disc collection. So, and then I think the artwork from Challenge of the Super Friends kind of matches up with the artwork on this. I'm really big on DVD artwork and it matching up with the discs that are inside. And again, this is a Super Friends, the complete 6th season. A later Super Friends show was actually Super Friends, I think season 7 and 8 which were Super Friends, the Superpowers team and Superpowers Galactic Guardians. So again, not only does this DVD box contain this complete 6th season, but it also contains Super Friends, the Legendary Superpower Show. And then it also has a Superpowers team, the 2-disc set. And then it also has this DVD that I found online, DC Super Friends. It's only one episode on here, but it was like an update of that. And this only came with one of the Imaginext toys that they issue. So if you're lucky, you still might be able to find this disc on eBay, or the toy if you're able to find a toy. But at any rate, the episode is actually on YouTube and you can check it out anytime. It's actually a cool update of the Super Friends. That's why I had to have it. And it fit nicely in this collection. Moving on. So when we have my 80s cartoon collection by Mill Creek. Now I bought this specifically for the show Pole Position, which is a great show from 83 or 84. And it was by Deke Animation, which did a lot of the cool shows like Mask and Jason the World Warriors and a few others. So what I did was, again, I turned this actually into the Pole Position set. So what they released 11 episodes of the show, but for a while the remaining 3 just were unavailable until a couple of years later when they released another set where you got the last 3 episodes. So again, this box has all of the discs, the 3 discs for the 3 series that it shows here. Plus I added that disc from the TV Tunes to Go, which features the remaining episodes of Pole Position. So this is what I consider my Pole Position, the complete series. And then I have like the extra shows as a bonus. So the next DVD set I have is the Adventures of Batman, which is actually from the 60s. And it's a 2-disc set world. That's what the box says. So again, customization by me. So what I did was, there was a later series created also by Filmation in the 70s, which was, I think it went under Batman and the Super 7 or Batman and Tarzan Hour, and it was on CBS. Anyway, so what I did was, this DVD set contains the DVD sets from the 60s and also the 70s series, which is also made by Filmation. So you have the whole complete Batman adventures in one DVD set. The artwork matches fine both series. So then we have Sid and Marty's Saturday Morning Hits, which I just brought because it's like one of the few Croft DVDs that are available. Plus it was super reasonable, and also because it contains Electro Woman, Dyna Girl, and also Wonder Bug, which are favorites of mine growing up. Then we have Snoopy and Friends, which actually has the Flash Beagle episode where they parodied Flashdance, which is a cool show or cartoon. So I had to have it to my collection. It's very 80s, which is my style, which is what I like. Then we have Simon and Simon, the Best Of series. And these DVDs actually contained 10 episodes of season 2 and season 3. So it's a nice sampler of the series, which I prefer Riptide over this, but I mean, the first one I brought was really cheap, so it made me want to go on and buy the second one. So I don't really need the whole series of this, but it's a nice little change up. Then I have this Kate and Ellie season 1, which is from the 80s. Then of course the classic Alice, the television favorites sampler, which was first they did this, and then you didn't hear anything about Alice being on DVD. So now Alice and the spin-off series Flow are available um, by Warner On Demand, or the specialty label that they have. But this is good enough for me. So, that'll do. Then we have Knots Landing season 1. Then we have the classic Battle of the Planets series from the 70s, and the Ultimate DVD box set. Now, this set contains 6 DVDs. Half of the episodes are in English and half are the original Japanese versions called Gotcha Man, which, it's kind of a waste because half of them I don't understand. They do have subtitles, but that I would rather have, an all English, all Battle of the Planet set. But at any rate, so then we have another Battle of the Planets DVD. This is a 2-disc set, which has about maybe 12 or 13 episodes, which is actually cool. I thought about putting the DVDs from the box set, the English episodes, into this one, but it just didn't look right. So I was like, well, I'll just leave it separate. Maybe one day I'll change my mind. Then we come to Spider-Man, the 67 collection. Now, to me, I feel like this is like one of the classic pieces of animation. I grew up watching this when it was in syndication, and to me, it's like the ultimate Spider-Man cartoon. I would have loved for them to put it in a better box set, maybe just a plastic case. It comes in a paper set, but it's all good. Maybe one day I'll change it out, but for now, I'll just leave it. Then we have Fantastic Four, the complete 90s series. Now, again, just to give you an example of why I actually change out DVDs, this set is paper and it's kind of flimsy, and then it's overlay, which is a format that I just can't stand. So if I had artwork, I would definitely change the casing. So just put that back. So I'm actually going to change the cases. So I'm just warning you that there might be a quick blur, but I'll do my best not to make someone seasick. So just give me 1 second. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so this is the second case or container of movies that I have. And we have the Ruby Spears Superman. We have my double feature Batman disc, Batman and Mr. Freeze, Batman, The Phantasm, Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker, Batman, Mystery of the Batwoman, Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. Then we have the series The Batman, which have that updated animation. It's kind of funky. Some people are not really fans of this series, but I kind of like the animation. It's really fast paced, and the newer designs like the Riddler and Catwoman, a few others are really cool. And they even have Nightwing and Oracle on the 4th season in one episode, which is really cool to see how that their designs are. And then for those of you who want to see the Justice League, a lot of them actually appear in the 5th season. So if you don't like the series, you might at least want to pick up season 5, because the majority of the episodes have members of the Justice League in it. So it's really cool. And it's kind of cool to have Batgirl interact with the Justice League members, because she's never really been in Super Friends or any other Justice League cartoons other than Young Justice, which we'll get to later on. Then we have Batman Under the Red Hood, Superman, Batman Apocalypse. Most of these are 2-disc set, and I got those because of the bonus features are really cool. Especially this one, because it has a lot of Supergirl stuff, and Supergirl's really hot right now, so Then we have Justice League: The New Frontier, Jason the Will Warriors, the original Shout Factory set. And as you know, Shout Factory never released the second half of this set, but Mill Creek did, and we'll get to that later. Then we have the shifting again. Please forgive me for that. Just bear with me. Then we have the Secrets of Isis, the complete series from the 70s. This again is a classic series. I've actually never opened this. I've just rented them from Netflix and just watched it from there. This is actually a collector's edition because now it's going for a lot of money right now. So we'll see how this goes. We have Birds of Prey, Square Pegs, the original set that was released by Sony. Now Mill Creek released the series, and it's much cheaper. And it has the case that I like. These are just the slim cases, which I'm not a fan of, but this actually has bonus features that the Mill Creek edition does not. Then we have the X-Men triple feature disc set, and this is one that I also customize, as it has each movie is the 2-disc version, as you can see. Now, the last movie, The Last Stand, didn't actually come with the second disc. However, there was a bonus offer to get to send in for bonus disc, our special edition. So that's what this is, and that rounds out the 2-disc version of that movie. So it's really cool. Love the artwork. Most of the time, I go crazy over the artwork, and I wind up just creating around it. So this is Ironman, the first movie that they had featured. That's when they had Terrence Howard in a role, which I prefer over Don Cheadle, but that's a different story. So this one was actually a special edition released by Walmart, and it actually had three discs inside. The third disc consists of a preview of the Iron Man CGI cartoon, and I think it had like a music video or something else inside. It's been a while since I've checked it out, but yeah, everything's inside. Iron Man, the 90s series, which was actually cool because it's really one of the few cartoons that you can actually see the second Spider-Woman, Julia Carpenter, in the black suit, similar to Venom suit, except for, it's a woman suit. Anyway, she's in it. Scarlet Witch is in it. Not crazy about the short haircut, but, whatever. I really do like this series. I like the first season in particular, the music. A lot of fans don't care for it. They think it's campy, just like a Fantastic Four, the music in the first series. But I personally prefer that over the second season. And we have Wolverine and X-Men. Again, a cool series. I mostly brought it because it has Emma Frost in it. Other than that, and it has an episode with Firestar, a new updated version of her where her look is different, but she's in towards the end in one episode. Then we have my Christopher Nolan Batman DVDs, and these are all the second 2-disc versions of each movie. The last one was a special offered by Walmart, and it's actually the only 2-disc regular version that's on standard DVD. Now, I have to tell you that the movie disc, the first disc that contained the movie, did not contain the special Bruce Wayne featurette found on a single disc edition of The Dark Knight Rises. So I had to buy that one and switch it out with the one that's inside. So now I feel like this is actually the complete 2-disc edition. So I'm happy about that. I'm going to shift again. Please forgive me. So we'll do this one a little quickly. So we have Speed Racer. We have Thank God It's Friday. Morgan Stewart's Coming Home with John Cryer. Pretty in Pink, special edition. And we have my Batman 4 film favorites. Okay, so here's another rare DVD that I'm happy to have in my collection. It's actually Robocop, the animated series from I think it's the early 90s or actually the late 80s. It was produced by Marvel Entertainment, and I want to say Marvel Entertainment and not Claster or the company that made G.I. Joe, Jim, or Transformers, but it's still Marvel. So it's a classic series. Now, this is actually only made in Region 2, which I found online. So if you don't have a multi-region player or DVD player, you actually won't be able to watch this, but it has all 13 episodes. I'm not crazy about the thick case. It's kind of bulky and it takes up a lot of space for only 3 DVDs, but it's a classic series, and I was pretty lucky to get this from the seller. He was a cool guy. First, he didn't want to sell to ship to America, but he made an exception for me, so I appreciate that. Another import, which is actually Robotics the movie. Now, most of you know Robotics originated as part of Super Sunday back in the 80s, which introduced Jim and Bigfoot and the Muscle Machines, which is not available on DVD, unfortunately. And then this show, and then later Inhumanoids. But getting back to this, it says Robotics the movie, but it actually has all the little parts, the little episode, 15 or 10-minute episodes edited together. So it's the whole series. The movie is probably like maybe 90 minutes or so, or maybe less. And it has all the episodes together. So again, this is Region 2. And I'm really happy that to have this in my collection. Then we have Astro Boy. Then we have a few other Dynasty season 3 and season 4. Okay, we're shifting again, so hold on to your seats. So we have I'm sorry, one I missed. This was the best of Tears for Fears. It has about this 20th Century Masters collection, featured 5 videos of the artists, which is really cool. Has their most popular videos. Then I have another one for Donna Summer. And then I have my XMen First Class. Again, I'm a big Emma Frost fan, so I mostly bought it for her. Silverhawks, Volume 1 of the show, which is actually pretty reasonable. Part 2 is extremely expensive, which I don't understand, but maybe it's special on-demand issue. Then we have Voltron, a Lion Force, the complete collection, and it was issued in a 2-part series. I changed out the cases because it was just a spindle, and I just can't deal with spindles in my collection. So for the most part, the cases are better. Then we have the 80 series Starcom, which I'm happy to have. Maxie's World, which I'm also happy to have. Beverly Hills Teens, Volume 1 and 2, released by Mill Creek. The last couple of these were released by Mill Creek, and they're a pretty cool company releasing these cartoons that pretty much no one else would consider or has released before at a very reasonable price. And then we have Part 2 of Jason at Will Warriors, which has the remaining 33 episodes of the series. And then we have The Littles, the complete collection. And then we have this, another pole position DVD. This one is actually Region 2, so it's from the UK, I believe. And it has all 13 episodes. And again, you would need a special player to watch this. So I'd still keep this on hand, even though I have Region 2 pole position now. I just keep it as a backup. It's like 4-disc, 13 episodes on 4 discs. Why it's on so many discs for only 13 episodes? I guess to preserve the quality of each episode, the visual quality. That's what I'm guessing. There can't be any other reason why to spread only 13 episodes on 4 discs. So then we have the Filmation Superheroes collection from the 60s. Now, when I realized that this was coming out, I had to have it because I never knew that there was actually Teen Titans cartoons. I'm a 70s, 80s kid, so this 60s stuff is before my time, and they never even showed it on TV in syndication, as far as I know. So there was also an Aquaman series from the 60s, pretty much like the Batman and Superman DVDs that I showed you before. So again, those Aquaman episodes came in a paper and overlay case. Again, you know how I feel about those by now. So what did I do? Yes, I did it. So uh, it has this case has the two superheroes DVDs in it, and then it has the Aquaman DVDs from the series as well, so which fits perfectly as you get, a picture of Aqualad here, and it kind of gels with the theme and everything, and that's important to me too for everything to look cool as well. I'm about to shift again, so let's see here. So moving on to the next DVD was actually one of the coolest Spider-Man shows, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, containing Iceman and, of course, Firestar. As a complete series, it's a 4-disc set. The case is pretty cool, even though it's kind of bulky. Because of the artwork, it kind of, I'll tolerate it. I'm not going to change the case or anything. It's Region 2, which means that, again, you probably won't be able to watch it unless you have a special player. Also, Region 2 is The Incredible Hulk, the cool show from the 80s, actually the complete series from 1982, which contains all 13 episodes. It's cool that it comes in a green case to match the Hulk. Another super duper DVD I have is Spider-Woman, the complete 1979 series, which I love. And again, it's Region 2. Now, why Disney hasn't released these last couple of DVDs in Region 1, I'm not really sure. It could be tied up to some type of rights issues of what they can release in America versus overseas. So it has, I believe, all 13 episodes. And as you can kind of make out, Spider-Man makes an appearance, I think, on 2 episodes, which is cool. And we have Challenge of the GoBots, the miniseries. I just wanted to have like a sampler of the show. It's a little bit too child-like for me. I prefer more serious stuff or closer to Transformers, but I did want to at least have this in my collection. Again, similar to Centurions, this is only the miniseries, which I haven't even opened yet, but just wanted to have it for my collection. Now, is it me, or does this guy, would he make a great Tony Stark? Or he looks kind of like Tom Selleck, which would have been a cool Tony Stark to have if they made Iron Man, maybe an Iron Man movie like in the 80s or 90s. Anyway, so then we have one of my prized possessions, my Young Justice collection, which is a great series. And I'm hoping that they eventually make season 3. So keep binge watching on Netflix. Let's do everything we can to get that show back on the air. Then we have my Justice League Doom, Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, Justice League War, Throne of Atlantis. We have my Son of Batman, Batman Bad Blood. These are the most recent or